Former Labor leader Mark Latham is urging Australians to cast a protest vote when they head to the polls on Saturday. In his new role as a reporter for Nine's 60 Minutes program, the controversial politician had his say on the election campaign and veteran political editor Laurie Oakes.
I've seen it from the inside. I know what I'm talking about.
From Labor politician to television reporter, Mark Latham sent right to the front line of this year's election campaign, reporting for Nine's 60 Minutes program.
Could I just ask you why the Labor Party's made a complaint about me working for Channel 9?
The campaign's been described as boring and staged. The former Labor leader says his role was to shake things up. But it may have just backfired for the Nine network at the very least, after his scathing attack on veteran political editor Laurie Oakes.
The trouble is, I'm not sure that Mark Latham knows where the line is. He's not a journalist. He's still full of bile and settling old scores. I don't really think it does 60 Minutes or the network much of a favour, really, to have him posing as a journalist.
Now the extraordinary response.
I've always thought the role of the reporter was to ask the questions on the spot. But the politicians these days, they never answer them. So the media have to look elsewhere for the news, through sensationalism and beat-ups.
There was an ugly incident yesterday with Julia Gillard.
Back in his TV studio, Laurie Oakes led the charge of sanctimonious journalists.
And another blast from Australia's parliamentary past was wheeled out to have her say.
Do you see much difference between Labor and Liberal?
It's become a popularity contest. They're not out there amongst the public and talking to the public. They need to wake up to themselves.
Mark Latham seems to have come a long way. In 1999, he told Parliament programs like 60 Minutes lacked journalistic ethics and professionalism. But the politician turned reporter kept his strongest message for voters.
They say voting's compulsory in Australia, but it's not compulsory to fill out the ballot paper. You can put it straight into the ballot box, totally blank. That's what I'll be doing on Saturday, and I urge you to do the same. It's the ultimate protest vote.
Mark Reddie, Sky News.